Welcome back to the show, my friends. I've been so much looking forward for this moment when we're back from holiday. And it's been a long holiday, and honestly, I can't really relax on holiday. So I've been looking at the news, and I've been sharing stuff on my ex. But today's the day where you can come back, reheat yourself, your neural paths, and get back into the industry. We're gonna go through the news that you probably have missed throughout the 2-3 days that you've been out. We're gonna look at charts, we're gonna look at tokens, we're gonna look at trades, we're gonna look at what the trajectory for the market is. And if that sounds good, smash and obliterate the like button. Let me know. 2013, Bitcoin was $666. 2024, we had $98,000. 2022, what I wanted to talk about, because I remember that in 2022, it was $17,000. And I clearly remember that we thought it was the end of Bitcoin. I remember coming down from the highs. I remember it was like complete devastation, choppiness for a very, very long time. And we genuinely thought that this was just the end. And if you look at the fact that I had a lot of friends buying Bitcoin at 20,000 in 2017, and I told them not to sell. And then in 2021, when we got to 60,000, they were looking at it and they were like, okay, so I should probably add more because now I'm 3x. And I told them to sell at that time around 60,000. They didn't. And even if you have not sold, even if you've held from 2017, you could have made massive gain by simply being patient. So when I looked at this in holiday, I thought this is just such a patience game that nobody really understands. But if you're in the industry for long enough, you will realize that it's just about time in the market. Now, Merry Christmas. It happened. I've been here. I've done a massive giveaway show. But Merry Christmas, and we see our president posting as well, going absolutely nuts, which is super cool. But after we put aside the holidays, it's very important to note that we've got work to do. You know, Kobe said job is not finished, and job is not finished. We have a bull market in front of us. We have another 4 to 6 to 8 months of exponential growth and exponential gains as we're looking at it. But it's very important to know that January is a few days away, and inflows will blow your mind. And I genuinely believe that. Now, whether we're going to have a little bit of dip now, a little bit longer dip, or we're not, we have to see, and I'm going to look at the charts very soon. But in general, you have to know that the dip is here. The dip is here. This is the dip. This is the time to load up. And January, whether it's January 20th or whether it's February, we are going to see a massive rally into the year. And if you're not deploying here, if you're not positioning yourself here, you're not watching this show here, you are missing out. And you're probably going to miss at least the first half of the second half of the bull, okay? Now, I was saying that we are going to get a dump here. I was posting everything on X, and we did get that dump. I'm very happy about it. And I was considering the fact that 3.14 trillion should hold, which we're going to look into in a second. But today I tweeted Pump is coming, and the reason is because this is the first day when most of the things are open already. So obviously liquidity has to come, and all this choppiness and all this illiquid market that's been going on throughout Christmas should end, and it probably ends today. Now the market looks quite decent today. The market looks quite decent today. We've got some tokens that are up. Let me just refresh this. Banter bubbles is already like working live. So you don't even need to refresh. As you see, the bubbles will change sizes in real time, which is quite cool. Anyway, so you've got some tokens like 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗪. Up 2.26. I have some crazy news for 𝗙𝗘𝗙 for you guys. It's absolutely hilarious. IMX up 6%, Hype up 7%, almost DYDX almost 7%. And then we got Pengu down 11%. Could be a great buy. We're going to look at Pengu as well. It's massive volume. 𝗔𝗟𝗣𝗛 down 3%. The market is rather chopping. So everybody is coming back from the holidays. And as you see, boomers buying the dip. So everybody was panicking. There was, before the holidays, the massive sell-off. And I was actually wondering what would be. There was close to $1 billion outflow on the ETFs, and I was wondering what is really going to happen after the dip. Will the boomers buy the dip? And they did, which is super cool, because that means that even at 96, 95, 96, $98,000 Bitcoin, boomers and the ETF buyers are interested in deploying capital, which is crazy to me. The reason why it's crazy is, one, because we can go so much lower. We can revisit the $85,000 mark without any problem, without breaking any structural points, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And two, the fact that there is a massive bloodbath. You know, this was the first real correction that we've seen since the beginning of the beginning of the bull, basically. So since we have this massive exponential bull where we have Bitcoin skyrocketing and all, it's kind of trying to catch a bid This was the first real correction where we've seen 40%, 45% on altcoins. Although we didn't see the 30, 25, 30% of Bitcoin that we were expecting, but still we're seeing a massive, massive dip in the market. And I was wondering what is really going to happen. I thought it was obvious that there was going to be a big outflow, but when the dip settled and when the whole accumulation phase or choppiness started, I was wondering what is going to happen. And we see 475 million inflows, which is $500 million net inflow into the ETFs, which is quite cool. Very happy to see about it. It's not only the boomers that buy, it's also Andrew Tate. He was like, I made $1.1 million today. I spent 135 on the clothes, 8 million, all the flexing. And a Michael Saylor sliding into DMs be like, you should buy some Bitcoin. Now, first of all, this guy is such a fucking legend. Sliding into DMs like this is just absolutely insane. But Andrew Tate is also a legend. He's retweeting it and he goes, how much? So I hoped that Saylor is going to come here and just post 1 billion and see what it says, because that's what the buying for Saylor is. But it didn't happen. Anyway, let's look at the charts, because I think it's this is the important part here. So if you look, I know this looks a little bit messy. By the way, guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe, and I am a host on Banter for quite some time. I bring you weekend content with great money-making opportunities. But I also have a live show like this on Banter Plus. So I do this every single day over there. And if you are not familiar with it, I would recommend you follow me on X. So there's a link in the description here. So I do this. Let me just stop this here. You can come lower here and you will be able to see a link to my X profile. Follow Fefe on X for daily alpha. It's right here. So if you like this content and if you want to make money with me, again, obviously nothing is financial advice. This could be a great opportunity. But let's get in here. Let's get in here and see what I'm looking at. So I've been updating you about the total market cap for throughout my the entire holiday on my X. And I've been telling you that I'm expecting a decent flush. Now, the decent flush happened, right? And then obvious consolidation from the 20th of December. We had a pump, we had a market structure shift here, which is basically a higher high on the lower time frame. You can see it here. The question really is this just a retrace to the 50%? What usually happens, market always retrace to the 50%. If you go look at this on the 4-hour chart, and just simply push or you pull a Fibonacci tool, you will be able to see. This is a weird Fibonacci. Someone asked, why do I use this? Because I don't need all the other lines. I only need the 50%. If you double click your Fibonacci, you will see the 0, the 0.5, and the 1. And if you look at this, the question really is this just a simple retrace on the 50% and then continuation down? Or this is the beginning of the massive reversal? And so my take is that the chart will tell. Why? Here's why. When you look at the hourly chart, the reason why I also told you here that we're going to get a massive dump is because there is liquidity built up. And I even tweeted about it. Where is it? I even tweeted about it and I said that there is liquidity built up. Okay, I won't be able to find it here. I said that there is liquidity built up and the liquidity will need to be taken. Liquidity basically means limit orders. Market makers simply build up a market structure that traps retail traders. You're sitting in front of the Christmas tree, whatever, and you want to trade and you think, oh my God, this is a double top. And then you take a short position and then you obviously never take profits. So all the stop losses are sitting up here. It's very hot in here. All the stop losses are sitting up in here. So these at some point will have to get liquidated, even if we're gonna go lower. What I see playing out is, again, some kind of consolidation. We can still come a little bit lower here. We can still come a little bit lower, a little bit of consolidation. And I'm looking at this 3.14 trillion mark down here, this low, to hold. Now, this low will most likely hold for a couple of reasons. One, we do have on the hourly chart, this is a very strong supply zone. This zone means that as you see a steep sell-off happen from this level, which basically created a new low on the 4 hours. So this was the low that created a high, and then we sold off into that. And therefore, this level here is a very strong supply zone. Now, if you can see strength in the chart that can overtake this very strong supply zone where a lot of selling happened, you know that this bottom is very strong, okay? And so what happens then is that I see that there is a 50% retrace. What did I tell you? I preach it all the time, that markets retrace 50%. It did have a 50% retrace. It had a higher high. I tweeted about this, so I saw a lot of you DM me. You took the trades. I'm very happy you made money. And I also took the trades as well. But retraced 50%, and from here, we started pushing for new highs. But we couldn't make new highs, and that's the interesting part, because a lot of people will tell you, oh, we couldn't break above here, there is no structural break, whatever, we're going down. Could be, but if you have experience in the market, what you probably read from this is the following. Even if we're going to go lower, and even if we're building up liquidity here, which can be the thing, we can see liquidity building up here. It can happen. Even if that's the case, and even if we're going to go lower, we have to take these stops first. We have to. Why? Because for you, there's a lot of buying pressure also on spots currently here at these levels. So if you want to push the price lower, you need people shorting, okay? So these people short up here, and if you go up here, you will create some kind of pressure, and this would be the region where I would look for a rejection. So my game plan is the following. We can chop around here between these price and between this level and the 3.14 trillion, which is this low down here. We can chop around here. We can even wick through, but if there is no 4-hour break, 4-hour break and close below the 3.14 trillion, so it's down here, 4-hour break and close, you should be safe at taking any long positions on major proper altcoins. We're going to look at a lot today, up here to the 3.45 trillion-ish mark. This is what my game plan tells me. Now, whether we're going to wick it or we're going to go from here, I have no idea. I'm not a fortune teller, but I am a trader and I read the charts. And what the chart tells me is that we are going to see a very big push throughout this, probably this weekend. We're going to see a push into the 3.45 trillion region, and then we'll see and take it from there. Once the push happens, the real question going to be, are we going to reject here? Or are we going to be able to close above this level, which is the 3.5-ish trillion region? If we close above, we're cleared for a complete retrace to all-time highs. If we don't close above, we can wait for a rejection, and the rejection can happen. Now, I don't want to take this because I'm going to be live a couple of days going into to the New Year's, and I'm going to talk about it. And of course, I'm going to update you on X as well. But if you look at it on the daily, the problem is that we did not achieve something called the daily equilibrium. Now, again, if you follow my content or if you've been here from the beginning of the show, I said that markets always retrace 50%. Now, if you pull this on the daily and you want to understand where the market should retrace on the daily, you will get a level that I call the daily equilibrium. That's the 50% we got to get back to. We always have gotten back to it. So if you look back here, you look very big picture, you look here, we got them back here one time, but also if you go down on the lower time frame and you start just marching up in the 2020, 2021 bull market, 50% retrace, you pull it again from the bottom to the high, 50% retrace, wick, and immediately move on. 50% retrace. So like it happens a lot of times. And we had that already happening in 2024. If you go down here, you have the bottom here, you get the 50%, it wicks it through and moves on. Now we ought to get the second one. And that is what I'm expecting. And the second one would come down about $80,000 to $85,000. That would be the level. Now, whether we get it now or whether we get it a little bit higher, it's not really relevant, but I do think we're going to get a rally into the 3.45. And then potentially a massive, massive flush throughout New Year or even January down to the 2.95 trillion-ish region on the total market cap. But for now, I definitely believe that this is a fantastic long-in opportunity. Now, if you want, guys, we here at Banter have the opportunity to work with incredible partners. One of our partners is BTC.D. The reason why you should care is because they are non-KYC, available worldwide, a great, great, great exchange. But if you use our link in the description, you get 20% deposit bonus. That means you deposit $2,000, you get $400 to trade with. Okay, there is a link in the description. You can go down here, called BTC.D. Say, they also have a bunch of bonuses. The bonuses are just on top. But the best part is, other than the fact that they're a great exchange and they are non-KYC available worldwide, is that you can get a 20% deposit bonus. Okay? There's a link in the description. Check them out. 20%, it's crazy, hey? It's like literally people telling me like, why don't you give me money? Like, I can't help you more than this. You deposit $1,000, you get $200 to trade with. If you make profit, you withdraw it. It's simple. It's just so simple. I don't know why would anyone not do it. Now and then let's move into more coins. And the thing is that I screwed up for some reason, the voice doesn't, the voice, doesn't operate here that much. So I can't pull up the comments, but I have the comments in front of me. So I'm just going to read up some of the comments here, see what's happening. By the bottom, be patient. Being patient is actually key. Being patient is actually key, not financial advice. No, this is a great for scalp trading, but what is your outlook for weekly or daily in terms of higher time frame? Guys, Parabolia. That's what I think. I genuinely mean it. Buy every single dip. Buy a 2 to 3x leverage, or don't use leverage. Buy the major tokens. Don't go for the shitty ones. You can easily make a 3 to 5x in the next 6 to 8 months. I'm telling you. I'm helping you to do that every single day. But buy it. Buy it. Is that a head and shoulder? I don't know. I don't use head and shoulder. So I don't know. Floki, yes, shout out to Floki. Educate me. I'm here. Check it out. Great video. Yes, thank you so much. 𝗙𝗓𝗙𝗙𝗦𝗙, what's going on? I have no idea. Hi, Fefe from Somalia. What's happening in Somalia? What about the USDT delisting? I'm going to talk about it. Actually, on the 13th, I have a show dropping about the MiCA low. So there is a low called MiCA coming in Europe, and USDT or Tether decided not to be compliant. So I'm not fudding, right? I don't think there's a major problem, but I also talked to the Circle team, and I know that there will be incentives to go on to USDC trading. So yeah, I will close positions 345 if it rejects. I agree. I'll do the exact same. Not financial advice, never. 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗦𝗧𝗏. Let's look at this. oh my God, guys, I have such a crazy news for Cardano. You will literally shit your pants. It's crazy. Hi from Cushy Leverage. What's happening? All right. So here's what we see. This was Bitcoin dominance crashing down to 0%. Now, obviously, this was a glitch on trading view, but I thought it was funny. And that reminded me of the Bitcoin dominance chart and what I said. So on the 100x Club, I usually do live. So there is a trading channel of mine called the 100x Club. There's a link in the description. You can check it out if you want. Most of the time, it's emergency lives and shit like that. So if you want to, hear directly from me when I can't come live on this channel, and you don't just want to watch X, you can find it here called Fefe's Trading Channel. Anyway, so on there, I did an emergency live 7 days ago, and this is what I said about the Bitcoin dominance chart. Altcoins are going to catch a bid now. I promise you. There is a little bit more in Bitcoin here, but that's it. This is a perfect break below here, double break at once, come retest all the way down. We're very close. So I was saying that at 58%, we're going to retest a little bit more, about 59, and then we're just going to simply reject. And this is exactly what happened. So when did I say that? I said it at 58. If you look here, this is 58.74, and then the high was 59.9. So it's like literally 1%, and then it started to reject, and then since then it dropped like 4%. So do you think this was a retest on the Bitcoin dominance chart? Also because on the weekly, you see the retest to the weekly OB, as I said, the daily equilibrium, it came back 50%, right? So it was dumping, as you see here. This is also a very good representation. Dump, comes back 50. Dump, comes back 50. Guess what happens? Yes, dump. Dump will happen, go down 20-30% to 20-30%, and that is the perfect time for alts to shine. And that is exactly what's happening. So we broke the daily structure, and we came lower. We retested now, and it's in a perfect position to start taking all this liquidity and start dropping heavily, and that's when the parabolia starts. And this is exactly what we're going to see. So, cause is it possible that we have 1,400 people and only 260 likes? Pass me that pizza, bro. I'm gonna start eating pizza now. I'm dropping alpha that you're gonna shit your pants, guys. For example, chill guy. Cause he's dropping me a pizza. He's like, don't you worry. So we're gonna just smash that pizza. What happened? What is this, bruv? Like, this is literally, look at this. This is what he gave me. Look at this. Look at this. Is the pizza he gave me. He's like, enjoy it. Bruv, like, look at this. What is this?
𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗦𝗧𝗏.
Look at this.
Unfortunately, that's
like, what should I do with this, bruv?
You were so close to winning.
Come on, man.
Brother. So close.
Guys, please smash the like. I don't have to eat that pizza then. Oh my God. So come on, guys. Huh?
Now I can hear it.
Yeah. Come on, guys. LOL. You see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so you know what? If we get to 600 likes, I eat that pizza. Cuz probably just chewed on it and spat it out. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's go. Guys, here we go. So this is Bitcoin dominance. This is what we've been thinking. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about... Now, here's the first thing. First thing I want you to know is... hold on a second. So the first thing I want to know is the following. Look at this. this is one of the craziest stuff that happened throughout the holidays. 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗟𝗏 artist just got boozed, okay? He first declined a 500,000. So if you don't know, this is a meme coin called 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗏, okay? We've been going on and on about it. So eating pop. I'm telling you, no, there's only 400 likes, so we're not doing that. Anyway, so we've been going on and on about this 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗏 meme, right? And there was a guy who made this whole cartoon and whatever, and he claimed the IP rights, and he was like, hey, it's IP, and I'm gonna sue every single one of you who made this meme and this and that, and he lists it, and so the thing is that it got listed on Binance, and it's like a proper meme. Now the challenge is that this guy has been offered, even by Rand, a lot of money to actually buy the right for the IP so the token can fly. What happened is that this guy rejected it and was like, I only take donations in like Xboxes and all that shit. So he declined the 500,000 donation from the crypto community for the IP. He also declined a lot of tokens that people would have donated so he would allow the IP to run. Only to find out that the original art comes from a book in Thailand. It's actually Vietnamese, I'm going to show in a second. From 8 years ago, bruv. So, like, hold on a second. So you have to be extremely stupid to do this, okay? So you copy paste, or create an art for a meme coin, or for a magazine, right? For a story. Then someone finds it, someone picks it up and makes a meme coin out of it. It's not your IP. You know you stole that IP. And then someone offers you millions of dollars to get the IP, and you reject, knowing you stole the IP from someone else. How stupid do you have to be to actually do this? Anyway, so this is the original art. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is the 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗏 art, okay? Pay attention to stuff like the color of the hoodie, okay? Look at this. Like, pay attention to, hold on. Pay attention. Color of the hoodie. Bam! Same. The pants. Bam! Same. The shoes. Bam! Same. You know what's different? He took this dog's head and put it onto the guy. Congratulations. This is the craziest shit I've seen throughout the entire holiday. But also, I promise you, obviously, I'm going to bring you alpha that you can make money with. So I long 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗏. Here's the reason. This whole IP dilemma is done. The guy is a moron. He's not participating, so there is no problem with the the whole IP right issue. It's listed on Binance, listed on Bybit, it's listed on most of the big exchanges. The chart bled out like crazy. It has a story behind it. Now I have a hard stop. It's 20% stop, so I went in obviously with very small amount. So make sure that you follow proper risk management. But I do think if the bottom is in, that this could be a great buy at 14.6 is my stop here. It's a complete gamble. So obviously, please, NFA, all that. It's a complete gamble. It's a random meme coin that is apparently not going to have a legal battle anymore. But this is something that I've been taking. I do think this is a great opportunity. And also, if you look at the hourly chart, there's a market structure shift. So technically, it looks good as well. Higher high formed here, came back 50, came back 50. It actually does look really good on the chart as well. Anyway, this is something that I took here at about 18 cents-ish. I also just want to tell you, like, most of my alpha comes from the research group, and I would just want to give myself some credit, pat on the back for myself for actually posting all the alpha in here throughout the holidays. So I've been very active, and I've been keeping you guys up to date in here as well. This is Banter Bubble. It's a completely free tool. There's a link in the description that you can see. You can go down here. It's called, and you can win a Bitcoin. Yes, that's the one of the best parts, other than the newsroom, is that you can just simply win a Bitcoin. The way it works, there are links in the description to these exchanges. Okay, you sign up to the exchange, you get your UID, you click on ready, you put your prediction here. For example, 102,000. When it says here, predict the price of Bitcoin on Coinbase by January 1st, 2025, midnight. So if you get it right, you win a whole Bitcoin. You only have to use our link. You put your UID in here, and that's it. It's free. Free. What is it? F-R-E-E. Free. Okay. So the 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗏, I bought it. Let's move on to another news, which is Pengu. So when we, I don't know if you've been here, but when we Someone is asking about FTM. Okay, so let me just mention FTM as well. The Sonic upgrade happened. So your FTM positions will be closed. There are news going around that FTM is getting delisted. Yes, because Sonic is coming instead. So there was an upgrade from FTM to Sonic, and therefore FTM is going to get delisted and Sonic will get listed. Okay, so that's just very important to know. It's not the end of the world and all that. Yes, your positions will be forced closed or you will have to close them, but I told you about this 2 weeks ago on my X and on the shows as well. So Solana meme coin Pengu flips whiff. Damn, son. I will repeat that so you all understand. Solana meme coin Pengu, the coin that was dropped, that did a whole show on NFTs before the whole thing, on the day it happened actually, flips dog with hat in market cap, bruv. Close to overtaking Bank. What on earth is happening? Well, I'll tell you what's happening. So these guys held the NFT, which gained massive traction, obviously, and Pudgy Penguins, and they launched the token, this Pengu token. So it is overtaking dog with hat, and it's coming for bonk and probably just marching up on ladder. Do I think it's a great buy? I do. So what I was thinking is that if you, actually it's very nice that I did get in. This is my stop loss, a scalp trade for today. So this is actually my entry here. But I do believe that it's a great buy. Here are the entries. Either now for a scalp trade, here, or the next area where I would be interested in buying is about 15% lower. So it's either here or down here about 10% lower at about 31.84. If we don't hold this, which we might not, so I'm actually in this trade. It's a scalp trade for me. 339 is my stop loss. But if we don't hold this and we don't start pushing from here, what I would look at, or what I will look at, is down here at about 3.1 cents, so 0.031-ish. What I need to see is a higher high, a market structure shift, a higher high on the 15-minute or the hourly chart. Usually what you see is, I can show you in the hourly, maybe it's visible here. So something like this. This is what I would need to see for me to get into a position. This, you see, so you have like a little bit of accumulation, you have a sell-off, you have a higher high, form the V-shaped recovery, and I'll add here, and then I add at the 50%. Look what it is. This is also what I told you today. Market retrace 50%. This is exactly what happened. So either now it's at a very, very good position to reverse. So either this holds and then we reverse, or the next area I'm looking at is about 31. But the fact that Pengu is already overtaking VIF and going for bonk and whatever is actually quite crazy. It's actually quite crazy. It's something to definitely keep an eye on. All right, Sui. Someone is saying Sui. Sui, big news. I'm obviously longing Sui. I hold Sui. I think it's an incredible project. It surpassed 2 billion TVL, which is massive. Now at 2.27 billion total value logged. The money in the ecosystem. The money. 16% increase in the past 30 days. And obviously, more and more buzz is happening about Sui. Chart looks decent as well. So what I would be looking at again, is first of all, there's a massive liquidity built up on the lower time frame. So this here is a massive liquidation. And what did I tell you just a second ago? I said that if you do see a V-shaped recovery, that's that's a buy. Okay, if you do see a V-shaped recovery, that's a buy. You do see a V-shaped recovery here, a very, very clear V-shaped recovery. Therefore, it's a buy. Where? At 50%. So if you, again, I've told you this about on the show, came back 50, had a decent run from there. What is it? The 5%? 15%. Okay. But it didn't break above. So that means we're still in this range. Anywhere here, I would layer in Sui. Okay, 3x leverage, 2x, 3x leverage. If you want to keep a stop loss because you don't have margin, you don't believe that the next 6 months is going to be extremely bullish, you can. This is the low to keep an eye out at 3.5. I do believe that because of the built-up liquidity all around the place, this is massive. So the next stop is $6. No questions in my mind. Let's look at the next stuff here. Guys, if you are enjoying this content, someone say, or is it price action? I'm not sure what you're asking. If you enjoy this content, please smash and obliterate the like button. I truly appreciate that. Let me see what else do we have here. D-Bridge, please. D-Bridge, we love D-Bridge. Phoenix and XRP, come on. You got better ways to get rugged than to buy a meme on XRP. 1 hour trades. So this was, yeah, so all I was saying was, but 𝗬𝗓 is not. So like 𝗬𝗓 is like, I do think it's worth layering in for a long term. Like I'm going on the 4 hour, but this is worth starting to layer in. Again, there can be a massive dip, but if you go 2x, 3x leverage and you can control your risk and you're bullish for the next 6 months, like I don't have a stop loss, and I would never, ever advise you not to have a stop loss. But this time is different. And I'll tell you why it's different, because we know for a fact that the next 6 to 8 months is going to be extremely bullish. Okay? Trump coming into office, global liquidity, halving year, the timing of the halving, after the halving, we're exactly at the parabolic phase. We compare the charts from previous years, we know what is coming. If you know what is coming, I do not want to get caught on getting stopped, trying to time the market, okay? It's not what we do. I use stop losses when I do scalp trades, especially inside choppy markets. But when I know we're in the bull market, there's no reason for me to actually wait and place my stop losses and all the time get back into the market, because I know I can add margin. And for the next 3 to 6 months, I am allocated, like without any liquidation price. If you can do that as well, that's super, super, super important to pay attention to. Or you can just play it small, play it smart, and do stop losses. But the probability of you getting stopped 5, 6, 7 times is very high, because you just don't know we're in an uncertain territory in the market. So this is why I would rather allocate myself for the next 3 to 6 months, and I can, just weather the storm and be like, yeah, maybe I'm going to be down 20% of my position, 30% of my position, but it's fine because I know I'm going to come out on top. Another news. Total Pump.fun revenue just surpassed $300 million. Now that doesn't sound a lot, but if you think about the fact that this platform launches this year, rides the whole meme coin wave, cashes out, and their revenue surpasses $300 million, $250 million from a platform that launched 8 months ago, heads down to you guys, heads down to you. On another news with Solana transactions hit new all-time highs. So it's interesting to see 𝗬𝗓 is going, and Solana is still hitting new all-time high transactions. And Jupiter is distributing a massive, massive 700 million Jup airdrop. So all this, let's look at the tokens separately. Solana ecosystem is obviously flying and is obviously going to dominate in the not coming 3 to 6 months, in my opinion at least, memes and the Sol ecosystem. But we got to look at them. Number one is Sol. So Solana, again, very important. I'm all talking about, if you are not ready for uncertainty, do not trade. Wait out to January, see what's happening, and then get in on the action. It's better for you to catch the last 20, 30% of the move, or 50% of the move, than be early and get liquidated. So if you can't afford, or you don't know how to do proper risk management, or you're not ready to do proper risk management, rather just wait out. That's my advice to you. But if you are like me, can add margin, I'm adding to my positions, and I know I'm going to ride it out, Sol could be a perfect buy here. Why? Came back to the 4 hour and the daily, very, very strong OB, and it's very important. This is the level that actually caused the major liquidations and created a new all-time high, or the new local high, right? So this is like, is this new? Let me see. Yeah, basically new all-time high as well. So this is like a very, very, very important level. So you got to look for, you got to go down to the 4 hour chart, and you got to see if there is any market structure shift happening. And there is no market structure shift in the 4 hour. We don't see a clear break below, break above, V-shaped recovery, moon on. We do not see this. So that's why I'm saying I'm layering into the position, but I also understand the fact that this can literally just start skyrocketing. The whole industry can literally start skyrocketing tomorrow. We don't know, and I don't want to miss it. I've been waiting for this dip for a long time. Now I'm ready to deploy, and this is what I'm doing. So if you look at it, I do think Sol is a great buy. If you want to play it more strategically, I do think that this level here at 154 will hold. I don't think that we're going to go lower than that. So if you consider the fact that it's about 20% here and there, 16, 17% here and there, you can start layering in. If you want to wait, I would like to see this as a perfect example or a perfect recovery. I'm not sure it's happening, but if it happens, it's a perfect time to deploy. Now there's one more protocol, one protocol that is better than, or not better, but is starting to outperform in revenue, starting to outperform Solana, and that is Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid we talked about sometimes, but I also want to say, cause like, is this true that we have 1,600 people watching and 500? Like, can this be? I don't think it's working. I genuinely don't think it's. Guys, could you please just check? Until you check, I'm going to tell you. Until you check, I'm going to tell you that you can follow me on X. I share with you all the trades I take. And people, I want to just show you what I retweeted. People take the trades and they actually make money simply by me posting on X. So it's like random people. If you're not following me on X and if you're enjoying this content, that is the place to be. So make sure to do that. Oh, and I see the likes are going up as well. Okay, so it actually does work. You guys just have food coma, still laying on the couch and like just watching the show, which I'm happy about. Okay, Hyperliquid. So seamless DEX, all about, you probably know all about it on what Hyperliquid is. They have a token, Hype. We've been talking about this and I did not buy it. And the Irishman and Frontrunners has been calling for it for such a long time. It was like $4. It was like, buy this thing. And we were like, no. And then he bought and it went up to like $35. So heads down to him. But now I was looking for an entry. And I do think that this could be a great entry. There was a lot of thought around it with the South Korean hackers or North Korean hackers are using the platform and this and that. So do you think this could be a great buying opportunity? Now, whether it is now or not, I'll tell you my concerns. Why is it a good buy? It's a good buy because I do believe that this not a good buy, but it's like a great buy. So I do believe it's a great buy because we came back for the 4-hour OB that created a new high. So structurally, it builds up liquidity, looks beautiful. Probably market makers are protecting this level at $25. So I do think this is actually a great opportunity to start layering in. Why is it a bad buy? It's a bad buy because, first of all, it is building up liquidity, which I don't like, okay? Liquidity limit orders. Everybody who is longing, placing their stop losses here. So they place all their stop losses down here, which is not great. Why? Because the market maker does this. So this can really fall really soon. So if it falls, it has about a 20-25% drop, which I am not sure I want to be involved in, especially with all the FUD going around. So I will start deploying if we come back down to the 25-ish region. I will start deploying, but I'm going to pay attention to the signs. If we do see a 15-minute market structure shift, which is, again, a little bit of consolidation, a higher high in a 15-minute, probably a V-shaped recovery, I'm going to add to my position and try to ride it at least to the $35 region. But if not, I'm going to wait for it to drop and then wait for the same thing down here. On another news, what's happening in the chat here? What's happening? We're dumping again. That's good. That's perfect. I'm happy that we're dumping. We got to liquidate. If we would pump now, everybody would be in profit. And that's not what the market makers want. Someone deposited 125,000 ETH. Let me say that again. Someone deposited 125,000 ETH into Aavi on Christmas, boosting its activity to new all-time highs. DeFi protocol Aavi, right? $417 million worth of ETH. Holy shit. First of all, why is it moving from HTX? Like, why? Why HTX, bruv? Anyway, to Aavi, why is so many questions with this? Only questions with this, honestly. Anyway, so it moved. And what is interesting is that this only shows that there is a probability on DeFi catching a bid here. And so I do think loading up on Aavi could be a great idea. Let me look at the chart here. I drafted something on the chart for you guys. Oh, no, I didn't, but I just had it in my mind. So I do think it's a good idea to start loading up, but not now. So first of all, I think it's way too early for narrative as well. And second, I do think that this is going to get taken. I do see Aavi dropping down to the 240-ish region. So I would be, this is my first buying area. So down here is my first buying area. I always try to teach you to learn how to fish, not only give you fish, right? So I'm going to explain to you why I think that very briefly. This level created a new high, very simply. But then this level here, which even though we got, yeah, I'm sorry, Cuz is not watching the show. That's why he's not letting me know. Cuz is probably doing something. People in the chat, let me know first that the screen is not good, Cuz. Come on, you got to pull this together. So I mean, after chewing that pizza and spitting back, you're already out of the bucket anyways. It's like, okay, so the reason is because here this level created a massive structure high, as you see here. And they came retest and we created a high here, but that's not enough strength to break the highs. And we are breaking, coming below. So I'm pretty confident Aavi comes down at least to the 270-ish region. Could be a great short, but we're not shorting in a bull market. So coming down here, 250 is the first region where I'd be interested in getting involved. And now, Let me look at some serious news and then I'm gonna go renting because I think it's literally like I have so much stuff to rant about that we gotta do. One is Doge lead Vivek. Okay, so Vivek, we know Vivek, we love Vivek. Shout out to Vivek. Shout out to Doge, Department of Government Efficiency with Elon. But he has a fund called Strive, and Strive files for Bitcoin bond ETF. So you can say whatever you want to say, and you can say all this and that and right and left, and the fact that let me recap this for everybody too. So we're on the same page. So there is a department in the government called Doge. Department of Government Efficiency called Doge, okay? And there's a guy leading that department called Vivek. That guy has a fund, and that fund files for a Bitcoin bond ETF. You have no idea how high we're going. Like, you have no idea how, if you are bearish because of a 30% dump, if you think that we're not going to have a bull market, if you think this was the end, just read this again and again and again and understand that we're literally just getting started. Even though we've got some setbacks, okay? Japan shrugs off Bitcoin reserve proposal. As you know, in the US, there is a lot of talks about a Bitcoin national reserve, using Bitcoin as the national reserve, and it is going to happen, most likely. I don't know how long time it will take, but it will happen. Japan's government just dropped their stance. Bitcoin isn't sliding into their foreign reserves anytime soon. It's too volatile. So again, could be something. It will be interesting to see with the yen carry trade and all that stuff, how it unfolds. But just the news that dropped, which means that they are not going to have Bitcoin as national reserve. Another great news that dropped during the holiday is MetaMask allowing you to use the token that you're swapping as gas. Now, let me tell you something. Like, I've been so many times hating on ETH and MetaMask and whatever, where I had a token sent to me and I had to deposit for gas fee, right? It's one of the most annoying things. But now you'll be able to just use the token you're swapping as gas fee, because you don't have to use ETH for gas fee. You swap with MetaMask and your gas fee will be paid for with the token you're swapping. So it's pretty cool. It's absolutely insane. That means if you have USDC in your wallet, you don't need ETH to swap the USDC into ETH or whatever you want. You can use the token that you're swapping. Another breaking news, Russia has been talking about the fact that, you know, Bitcoin, they will use Bitcoin to evade sanctions and this and that and BRICS and all that. And so now they just announced that they're banning Bitcoin mining in 10 regions in Russia. Now, this is a headline, again, that everybody likes. So, major blow to the crypto industry. Oh my God. No, it's not. So, like, one of the major reasons is not because technologically they want to ban it or they don't agree or whatever. It's because they don't have the power for the they don't have the infrastructure for these miners to run nonstop. So, they are limiting and banning certain regions the use of Bitcoin miners to preserve electricity, to preserve energy. So this is going to happen. But what I can tell you is that a lot of times you're being monitored. No matter what you do, someone saying there is war over there. Obviously, ETH gas fee is absolutely ridiculous. It is. Vivek trying to stream from 𝗔𝗟𝗣𝗙𝗦𝗧𝗟𝗪. That is legendary. I agree. Okay, so you are being tracked. This is one of the things I also learned throughout the holiday. I gave away a Kaga VPN as well. I met the founder and we've been discussing, and he was like, you know, you're being tracked. Everything you do, you're tracked. You're simply tracked every step you do online. The best way to cover your tracks is actually to use a VPN. If you're in crypto, you probably are using a VPN. But if you are not using a VPN, I urge you to download and use a VPN today. You do need a VPN. It's crucial. Why? Because you're being tracked. Whatever you visit, whatever sites you visit. For example, you're in Russia. You can't do Bitcoin mining and you want to. Well, you better use a VPN. For example, you're in a region that doesn't allow you to open an exchange, but you want to. Well, you better use a VPN. But not only that, you can also spoof your location. So like a bunch of stuff. If you use Nord, there is a threat protection on it, so it warns you if you're clicking on a phishing link. There's double VPN for double protection, double Viami. So anyway, there's a link in the description. I do recommend, please promise me you're going to get yourself a VPN. If you use my link, I appreciate it, but I hear so many people lose so much money because they don't cover their tracks, because they just simply don't take the decent precautions. please, please, please get yourself a VPN. And if you use my link, I truly appreciate it. I use Nord for a long time now. I love them. And I do think it's a great product for you to try out. And let's jump into the degen stuff, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for my rant? Like, are you ready for my proper rant? Because I have a little bit I have some crazy news here for you. One is Richard Heart, right? So this whole thing with Richard Heart, if you don't know who this guy is, if you're class 2024, you just simply don't know. This guy has been lots of shady pyramid projects and Ponzi's and whatnot. And not only the fact that he did all those horrible things and stole from a lot of people, he also posted stuff like this online at all times. Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Rolexes. What else do we have here? Yeah, look at yeah. So like he's not only stole from you, but he pushed it in your face and be like, hey, douchebag, here's your money in my Lamborghini, in my Prada bag, in my whatever. Now, this guy, throughout the holidays, got on to the Interpol's list. So he is on Interpol's most wanted list. Okay? So it's saying, is the Ledger deal still on offer? Yes. So we do have a deal with Ledger. Let me just look at this. We do have a deal with Ledger. Down here, $70 in Bitcoin. So first of all, this is a pretty slick website here. This is me, guys. This is me. I don't know how long this is going to last. But yes, if you buy a Ledger Flex, this is this device here. If you buy a Ledger Flex here, is this one. It comes, first of all, it comes in a decent, beautiful bag. Or there's a box. But it looks like this. If you get a Ledger Flex,
Let's go here. Who wants one?
using the link in the description, you get $70 in Bitcoin, a voucher that you can redeem. So that means you're basically getting this, instead of getting it for $240, you're getting it for like $180. It's an incredible device. Use it daily. It's incredible device. Is there a beggar outside? Okay. So yes, there is a link in the description, and we do have the Ledger deal open. I don't know how long. I genuinely thought it was gonna be over, but it's here. Yes, we do have it. So let me get back here. Let me get back here for a second. So this guy gets on to the most wanted list of Interpol. Now, it's not a surprise, right? It's not a surprise that he gets on because he's tweeting stuff like this and he's going and ranting about stealing people's money. But now, every time I do a show, someone from this Pulse Chain community and Hacks community comes on and they're like, why don't you talk about Hacks? Why don't you talk about Pulse Chain? Well, because of this, for example, I don't talk about it. Because of the fact that if you look at it, they only were listed on Maxi. The only exchange that these tokens, I mean, it's obviously Maxi, but the only exchange that listed these tokens or had these tokens listed is Maxi. And now they're removing it because Richard Heart got on the most wanted list of Interpol. So, dear Hacks community, dear Pulse Chain community, I'm sorry, but I'm going to continue not to talk about these tokens. Let's move on. And now this is the funniest shit I've seen the entire holiday. Like this is one of the funniest shit I've seen the entire holiday. Listen to this. Charles Hoskinson. So if you don't know who this guy is, let me just show you. If you follow the content, you know, but like this guy, Charles Hoskinson, he is the founder of Cardano. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay, he's a decent, funny guy.
Merry Christmas.
Bruv. What does this remind you of?
Merry Christmas.
Even he laughed on my joke. Anyway, this dude, okay? This dude, Charles Hoskinson, this dude, he's doing stuff like this. Okay, someone said what I didn't want to say. Thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. This dude goes online, and this is the discussion that's happening. Like, you can't make this up. I promise you can't make this up. In the comment, he gets into an argument with Roastmaster 9000, okay? Bruv, you're running Cardano like you're running that PhD straight to OnlyFans when things get hard. At least she's making money moves while ADA holders still waiting on smart contracts that work. Charles Hoskinson, listen, this is the proper account of the founder of Cardano, okay? He goes on and he says, I'll bite What evidence do you have that Cardano smart contracts don't work? Be very specific. What can Cardano not do? And then he goes, damn, Charles, you want specific like your blockchain wants adoption. Desperately. I explained, but your TPS is so slow. My response might take till 2025 to process. Keep the same energy for your development timeline though. So here is, and he goes, so you've just changed your argument for the second time now. I would like to explain what the issues are with Cardano. I would like you to explain what are the issues with Cardano's smart contracts. Why don't they work? Here is the catch. Roastmaster 9000 is an automated bot, an AI agent designed to roast people on X. And Charles missed the memo. Okay? So listen to this. There's someone just commenting here. Linda says, Charles, that's literally a bot designed to roast people. So, that said, shout out to Charles Hoskinson for being funny and awesome and yeah, kind of cringe. Anyway, so this is kind of I thought people saw this news, but the fact that this happened, I was literally laughing out loud. I'm glad I'm not in Cardano. He's choking on that tongue. Yeah, that's what's up. You know what's up. You know what's. Oh my god. Oh my god. It reminds me of my uncle. Yeah. Oh my god. This was the funniest shit. Anyway, guys, I want to rant one more, but I wanted to tell you, if you want more of these rants, we're actually gonna launch I'll have a vlog. It's called the $1 Billion Hustle. And I show you my life in a weekly episodes every week. The episode comes out.
I can't work with these guys, so I had to fire him. I cannot work.
Welcome back, motherfuckers. Rant, I know you're not watching the vlog, but check this out. I have to the core believe that $6,000 is nothing. Anyway, if you want to see my life and if you want to see our progress towards $1 billion net worth, which is an obnoxious goal going into the future, but I'm happy to speak it. I have the words, I have the courage to speak it. So anyway, if you want to participate in that journey and if you want to listen to more of my roasts, this is the place to be. There is a link in the description. It's called subscribe to the $1 Billion Hustle. Check it out. And let me know what you think in the comment section, but I'm going to roast more. I just wanted to say one thing, and I don't even want to deep dive into this, but I saw this movie on Netflix the other day, and then I have two more news for you guys. La Palma. No, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. This is a catastrophe movie, and I love catastrophe movies. Okay, they're incredible. They're good, whatever, great CGI, and they ruined the whole thing with the woke agenda of a 17-year-old falling in love with another 17-year-old girl, and that's what like 30% of the movie is how they make out. And no, I can't leave her behind, but you just met her. No, I can't. And like, it's just horrible why these movies need to be like this. Just wanted to put this out there. But also something horrible, talking about wokeism, I think it's important to note that Wikipedia, also news that came out recently, Wikipedia blows $50 million in wokeness. Turns out nearly 30% of, it's very important to understand that Wikipedia is actually run based on donations, okay? Your donations are people who donate, or obviously the Bill and Melinda Foundation, Google, like all these companies, but in general, it runs on donations. So if you look here, it turns out nearly 30% of Wikipedia's budget last year went to diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, right? So that means that they spent about $50 million on wokeness. What is super interesting, and I like to talk about politics as well, and we're running to the end of the show, and I just wanted to bring this here as well, that this summarizes very, very nicely what has been happening under the hood the past 4 years. Look at this. For those of you who don't know, this is Obama. This is Comrade Kamal, and this is the President of the United States. Is this how you would behave if the president would want to tell you something? Bro, I'm shocked. He doesn't give a single F. He doesn't even go like, Joe, fuck off. Nothing. Bro, look at this. Oh yeah, man, it's a tough year, eh? Yeah. Oh yeah, you good? Yeah. Look at the level. Oh yeah, what's up, bud? What's up, Joe? Come on. Crazy shit to actually see this happen, but it is what it is. Go vote, get broke. See what Elon suggests to rename it. Another way, go back to sleep. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so Obama's third term is almost over. Yes, it's over. It's long time due. Anyway, one more thing that I think is interesting, and that is that there are talks about Sam Bankman-Fried, the evil mastermind behind FTX and its collapse, potentially going to be pardoned by President Biden. Now, I see that some of the pardons been going up like crazy. And this is a news that shocked me, to be very honest with you. But it is happening. So I don't know. I just wanted to put this out here so you can do your own research as well. There's not much happening now. But if this was going to happen before January 20th, do not be surprised. Now, obviously, SBF was a huge donor to the left. And I would definitely not be surprised if this was going to go down. Guys, I truly appreciate you. Every single one of you. Thank you for spending this amazing time with me here. Thanks for coming back to life and coming back from the holiday. I know that we are going to see each other very soon. I'm going to come to you most likely tomorrow as well. We'll see how that goes. But I'm dropping some incredible alpha shows with meme trading and much more. Obviously going to talk about the Michael on the 13th and much more. Guys, if this sounds good, please smash and obliterate the like button if you appreciated this show. Make sure to let me know in the comment if you have any thoughts. And also make sure to follow me on X. I'm going to update you. I see the market is bouncing as well, going down, but it is going to bounce very soon. I'm going to keep you posted on my X account as well. Make sure to follow me here. And I know you are a subscriber, but if you are not, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I believe I will see you in the next one. Take care.
So if you have enjoyed this, please smash and obliterate the like button. Let me know in the comment section what you thought. So if we could do this, later again.